Welcome back to the new video. In this one, I'm going to be covering a very, very highly asked for topic, which is how to deal with loss streaks in trading. We all go through loss streaks. I'm actually on a short loss streak myself now, 3 trades and 3 losses in those 3 trades, obviously without a win. This does happen. It's part of any profitable plan. But I'm going to go through some topics on how to deal with these loss streaks. And most importantly, though, we're going to start with identifying why you've had that loss streak, because this is vital for moving forward and either getting out of the loss streak or improving your trading in general. Sorry. Right. So to work out why you're having this loss streak, you need to be journaling your trades. This is vital because you're going to need to now go back through your journal trades and work out why the losses occurred. And I don't mean how some people say, there's always a reason for a loss. That is not the case. If you are following your rules or not, that is the key that we need to know, right? So when you go back through your trades, did you follow your rules on every trade? If you did, then you are doing everything right, and therefore you don't need to change anything. You simply need to keep following your rules, and over time you will break that loss streak and move into profits, because that is what your rules do. Your rules give you a profitable edge in the market and ensure that you are on a profitable trajectory in the long term. So if you are following your rules and your stats show that, i.e. your journal trades prove that, then keep doing what you're doing. Stay confident. Don't lose faith in the fact that your strategy doesn't work, because it does. Your rules are there to keep you on track. So follow them and keep following them for the long term. Alternatively, if you go through your journal trades and you see that, you've got a lot of losses because you haven't been following your rules, maybe you've jumped in too early, you've taken things outside your rules, you've taken some indisciplined trades. This is where you then need to make some serious adjustments, right? So you've gone through the trades, you found that you don't have trades following your rules. What do you need to do? First things first, some people will get into, and this is a more extreme case, will get into a downward spiral of tilt where they're highly emotional, chasing back wins. If they take a loss, they, revenge trade, things like that. If this is you, then this is a more extreme case. I recommend taking a break first, because if you stay trying to trade, all you're going to do is take more trades that are poor, right? You're going to take more trades that lose. You're going to take more trades outside your rules. You're going to make more bad habits and only keep going on that spiral to the downside. You don't want to be doing that. So in that case, and I did this a lot at the start of my trading career when I didn't really have specific trading rules, to be honest, then either. But I took a lot of indisciplined trades and I would go on tilt. So I would quite regularly stop trading earlier that week and have like a longer weekend. So for example, say it's Thursday and you've had a miserable morning of trading. You've taken a load of trades that don't fit your rules. You're on this loss streak. You're emotionally trading. I would take the Friday off. And this is a more extreme case because, if you are being a disciplined trader and following the rules at all times, you need to be taking every trade that fits the rules. But if you are on this emotional state of tilt, then a break from trading is the quickest way to do it. And it doesn't have to be a big break. I don't mean like a 2-year break or a 2-month break, anything like that. Just a long weekend, something like that, and do things that are away from trading to reset your mind can be very, very beneficial. But, in not such extreme cases where you've maybe taken a few indisciplined trades, but most on the whole, you are taking trades that fit the rules, then a key thing to do is to, first off, don't beat yourself up too much, because, we're all going to make mistakes sometimes in trading. Even when you've been trading for a long time, it's going to happen. But as I said, don't beat yourself up too much, sorry, but do work out what the mistakes are, and if you can, what the triggers for them are. So for a lot of you, that's going to be revenge trading. For example, if a trade loses, you feel personally hurt by the market, you then jump into another trade that's not a particularly good one. That loses as well, and it just makes a vicious cycle like that. You need to work out what the triggers are for them ideally, so that you can avoid them if possible in future. But the key thing at all times is going to be sticking to your rules, right? The first thing I said in this video was that if you are sticking to your rules, you are doing your job correctly and the loss streak is just going to pass. That's what I know is happening with mine. I'm on a 3 loss streak. I actually took a loss on GJ this morning, which you can see on this one. It shot down, it lost, and it lost quite quickly. But I know that I followed my rules on that trade, so I know that I did my job, right? And I know I've done that on every trade I've taken. And I've got, the key thing here is as well for confidence, is I've got statistics over multiple years proving to me that by following the rules, it continues to work and I make money over time. So that's fine. You are going to have some lost streaks every now and then, but the key thing is sticking to your rules. And it becomes easier to stick to your rules when you have proof that they work, i.e. statistics, because then you can see that, even if I have a 5 loss streak, for example, over the course of this amount of time, within the year, I've made this large amount of money. So that loss streak's fine. If you picture yourself in the long term, which is something that I do fairly often, I think in 6 months' time, when I made this amount of profit, am I really going to care about that 5 loss streak that I had? Probably not. Not that I've had a 5 loss streak now, it's a 3 loss streak, but 5 loss streak as an example, right? So keeping perspective is key. Knowing your stats is key. Journaling to know whether or not you're actually following your rules is key, and sticking to those rules is key, right? It sounds like I should have some sort of fancy, like holy grail savior of how to get out of a loss streak. The truth is, if you are trading professionally, you understand that you can't choose whether or not the next trade is going to be a win or not. You can only choose whether or not you have a probability of winning on the next trade. And in order to choose that, you have to follow the rules. That is just the simple reality of trading. And the quicker that a lot of people understand that, rather than trying to force trades when, they're not there, and trying to stress about whether or not the next trade is a winner when they can't actually control that, sooner you realize that, the quicker and easier you're going to find that you move into a profitable cycle and a comfortable mental state of your trading, which is key, because if you are an emotional trader, it's never going to work, right? We are all different levels of emotionality, if that's a word, or level of emotional people, but learning how to just stick to rules and not feel personally offended by the result of that exact trade is going to be massive for you when you want to move forward and find that real consistency in your trading. So yeah, just to summarize, know if you're following your rules. You do that by journaling. Make sure you have rules, of course, for your trading. Know your stats for your rules, because that's going to give you a better idea of whether or not, you're likely to have loss streaks, whether or not they're likely to last long. It's just going to give you more confidence, because you're going to know a bit better what is likely to come in your trading. Don't beat yourself up too much. And in extreme cases, do just take a break if you are on that emotional cycle of tilt. So I hope this has been useful. Drop a like, subscribe if you fancy it, and let me know any topics that you want me to cover in the comments or DMs on Instagram in the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.